If you're like me right now, you're in lockdown. We will all remember the year 2020 and perhaps especially Christmas 2020. I want to give you a short break from all that and share with you a happy memory of Christmas 2018 when I was walking around the coast path of the UK and arrived at Lizard at the most southerly point of England. It's just a short story of how friendly, obliging and kind people can be. I received a message from a Facebook friend who was following my progress around the UK, offering me free accommodation whilst in Lizard at her and her husband's holiday cottage. The couple from the Midlands area had a second holiday home in Lizard, meaning I had this place to myself. They were wonderful people, intelligent, professional and very entertaining, but preferred to remain anonymous with good reason. We enjoyed long, lively conversations that would last for hours, and luckily we all liked to drink. After all, it was Christmas. After a week of bad weather, on Boxing Day I planned to walk from Porthleven, about 15 miles north of here, back to Lizard. Normally I would go in my van and pick it up later after the walk, but the couple offered to drop me off, which saved me an awful lot of time. They were going to Penzance for a day's shopping. The weather looked perfect for a walk. I just couldn't wait to get on the path again. I actually arrived in Porthleven on Monday the 17th of December, having spent nearly 2 weeks sheltering from severe storms since arriving in Land's End on the 26th of November. Porthleven is well worth a visit. I strongly recommend that you check it out, and the whole of Lizard Point. It took me 4 days to walk here from Land's End.
Hey Joe! What are you gonna do with that? Go ahead. Hey Joe! What you gonna do with that? Go ahead. I'm gonna shoot my lady. I call it messing around with a man.
So I left Port Leven around about half an hour ago, heading down towards Lizard, and I bumped into this gentleman called Graham. So what are you doing this morning, Graham, on Boxing Day?
Yeah, not much really, but just taking the two Labradors out for a nice morning walk.
Yes.
What a day, eh?
Absolutely.
Very little wind.
Yes.
The sun is up. That sea mist and fret that we've had for a few days is gone.
Yes.
And, it is just brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely, I can't believe it.
It is, and I know that you're on this big trek around the country, and you're heading towards, well, first of all, down towards Lizard, and then on to Falmouth and Plymouth.
Yeah.
I do hope it goes well.
Thank
And when do you think you're going to finish?
It's a good question. It was originally planned as being a 390 days walk, which it will always be a 390 days walk, if you understand. But with the breaks in the weather, and we had some bad weather a couple of weeks ago, it's dragging on a bit now and again.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about time; it's not important. As long as I get the walks done, and the people I've met and the places I've seen and everything, this could go on forever for me. This is fabulous.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Oh, definitely. Well, first of all, to everyone, a happy New Year, 2019.
Yeah.
But for you, Jim, all the very best.
Thank you.
And good health, and I hope you achieve your goal.
Thank you very much indeed, Graham. The best
Cheers.
of luck to you. Thank you.
No problem at all.
Happy Christmas to
Happy
you.
you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I'm not that far from Mullion now, and this is Jane, who I've met walking along with a couple of dogs, which you tell me they were rescue dogs, Jane?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's Keith and there's Mackie.
Yes.
Yeah, the black one's he's a rescue from Spain.
Yes.
And he's looking for a permanent home at the moment because I'm fostering him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I know we were just talking briefly, and you've got a little bit of a business idea as well.
Yes, I have. I want to start a YouTube channel that shows people how to make their own furniture out of paper mache.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm on YouTube. I've got my own channel on there. If I get anybody who comes on to me and makes some suggestions, I'll certainly pass it on to you.
That'd be great. Thank you.
And you can contact me on Facebook and join me, Jim Hawkins, on Facebook, and we can talk about it.
Lovely to meet you.
So you live locally, do you, Jane?
Yes, I live in Greek at the moment. Yeah.
Right.
We're moving house soon, probably
that-
towards Falmouth, but yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful part of the world, and this weather forecast we've got is going to be like this for the next 10 days. It's quite exciting, isn't it?
It's
this
beautiful.
time of year.
Yeah, great. What a gift to have sunshine in December.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of Christmas and a happy New Year to you, Jane.
And to you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I'm close to Mullion now, and it's, I think, just after midday or something like that. And your name is, sorry, Viv and
Martin.
I apologise because I meet so many people, and it's very difficult to remember so many names and so many names of places. But so I see that you're kitted out with the walking sticks and stuff like that. So I assume that you've been kind of serious, much more serious walkers in your day. Would that be true?
Well, we have enjoyed doing quite long walks, yes,
Yes.
up to sort of, 10, 15 miles a day, but
Right.
we're lucky if we get 4 or 5 these days.
Really? You were saying these things come in handy for supporting your knees as much as anything.
They do
Yeah.
indeed, yes, they do.
I've never tried them, but it's interesting. I do see quite a lot of people with these things, and you know, on your blessing. I mean,
Yeah.
problem with me, I'm carrying a camera all the time, so I need 3 hands.
You do indeed, but they do take the weight off your knees.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So today you're just doing just a short walk. Are you down here on holiday, or do you?
No, we live down here.
Right.
Yeah, just live down at Week.
Oh, right.
Week, which isn't too far away.
It's a beautiful part of the country, isn't it?
It is lovely.
It is. I'm very impressed with it.
Yeah, we're very, very lucky to be down here.
Yeah. And I'm impressed with the weather forecast for the next 10 days, because it's going to be like this nearly every day for the next 10 days.
Well, we always live in hope.
Which means with a bit of luck I could make it to Plymouth.
You could do,
Amen.
indeed.
So-
It's been lovely to meet you.
Yeah, it's been lovely to meet you, and enjoy the rest of Christmas,
And you
have,
enjoy the rest of your
have a
walk.
very happy New Year.
And
And
you.
you.
I'm dying for a cup of tea, so I can see a cafe behind me.
Yeah, everyone down there. It's going to be pretty busy, but
Yeah, that's all
as
right.
they've had a swim in the sea here today.
Right. Okay, very nice to meet you.
You take
And
care.
you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Just stopped here for a cup of tea, and this is Yvonne, and this is Barry, and they're here. There's an awful lot of people on the beach today, Barry, and there's been a swim or something going on. Is that right?
Yeah.
We was just talking about walking. I mean, you're how old are you, Barry?
I'm 81.
81 and
77.
77, and you're still walking well.
Every day,
Excellent.
every day we make sure that we come out for walks.
I think that's
Definitely.
very good
We
indeed.
do.
Yes.
And we've joined a walking club.
Yes. Well, that helps. Any kind of motivation for that, and
Yes.
I know we've just been talking briefly,
Yeah.
but you know, I think a Fitbit is without a doubt the best thing to actually motivate you, because it keeps a check on you how many steps you're doing
Yeah.
on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and you can either scribble it down or you can make a note, and
Yeah.
rather than actually physically count or use
That's right.
the old-fashioned counter. I've forgotten the name of it.
I mean, it's all technology, Barry.
that's all on my iPhone now, and it records everything. But
Yeah.
no, it's great, and that's the way to do it. I mean, so I'm walking around Britain, but I've lost nearly 2 stone since I started this, and I've never been a jogger. I used to be a footballer, but it's just walking is without a doubt the best way of keeping yourself
So
fit.
2 stone in how long?
2 stone in 8 months, and but you know that's walking up nearly every day though.
Yeah, you are.
in
Yeah,
fairness,
yeah.
you know.
You're doing a
And,
lot of
and I
walking.
eat like a horse. I
Yeah.
eat loads of food. You know, I
Yeah.
always have. I can't stop eating when I finish, and it's a natural thing. If my body tells me I'm hungry, I eat because I need the calories.
You need that, yeah.
You can't walk without
No,
calories.
no, you've got to eat.
Yeah, and energy, you know, and so I don't mind, you know,
No.
and I drink like a fish. I've got a beer
Yeah.
fridge in my van, and I drink 3 or 4 pints every
Well
night.
done, you.
But it's calories,
Yes.
and I enjoy it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sat there on my own most of the time, you know, so you know, it's quite
Yeah.
interesting.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Well done, you.
But you've been living down in this part of the world for what was it, 15?
16.
Right.
16 years.
Where are you from originally?
Bedfordshire.
Bedfordshire. That's a nice part of the world. It's a bit flat. There's not many walks
Flat.
around there.
Yeah,
is there?
no, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
We was in
Yeah.
rural.
yeah.
Yeah, this is lovely. We
Yeah,
did
I'm very impressed with Cornwall.
the best thing we ever did.
Yeah.
We've got family here.
Yeah, yeah.
Family and grandkids.
Yeah.
Living down here.
It's been a real pleasure meeting you.
And
both.
you.
Yeah.
And best of luck.
Lovely to talk to you. And
Yeah.
when you get you got an iPad for Christmas? That's
We
hang on.
have, which is granddaughter's going to set up for us.
That's very
It's the
nice.
first one.
Well, you check me out.
We will. We will now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
we
nice
will.
to meet you.
And you. Happy New Year.
Okay. Bye bye now.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
It's about 3 o'clock now, and I think I've got about an hour to go, so that'll be just about right. Surprising how when the sun starts going down, it goes down rather quickly. It always kind of unnerves me a little bit because you're never quite sure about exactly what's in front of you, but this has been a fantastic walk. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm paying for it a little bit because it's the first time I've walked for about 5 days. So you always feel a little bit rusty to start with. I'll be okay tomorrow. I know I'll sleep well tonight. I think my sleep pattern seems to have gone all over the place. I've been going to bed early but waking up at 4 o'clock every morning and getting my 8 hours in and then not being able to sleep, and so busying myself. But I know I'll sleep well tonight, and a couple of beers and that'll put me to sleep. You know, it's been a wonderful day, met lots of nice people, lovely to see loads and loads of people on the coastal path, obviously families who are having just a nice sort of walk, you know, in this weather while they can, and you can't blame them. It's been fabulous. So I won't waffle on again, and I'm going to make it back quite comfortably, I'm sure. And so here I go. Good morning. It's 9:15 on Friday the 28th of December, and here I am just sitting looking at the lighthouse actually at Lizard Point. So I've passed now the most southerly point in Britain, so within the space of a month I've been to the most westerly point of Britain and now the most southerly point of Britain. And I made an early start this morning, 8:15. I set off from my little holiday let that I've got in Lizard, and it's been a very pleasant walk down here. I didn't quite make the link between where I finished on Wednesday and today. I missed about a mile, I think, so I do apologise for that. And there's a reason, but I wanted to walk more or less direct south away from the house rather than going slightly to the west, so I only missed a mile, so I'm not too worried about that. I've had one or two problems actually, mainly frustration with the internet. There's been hardly any internet signal at all for the last couple of days here, and on Wednesday when I did that walk on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, I overdid it. I estimated the distance to be somewhere between 8 and 10 miles, whereas it was nearly 14, and I used up every sort of hour of daylight, having started at Port Leven at 9 o'clock. I didn't get finished in Lizard at 5 o'clock, and it was dark by the time I got there. You probably saw the pictures on the last film on 259, I think it was, of all the Christmas illuminations and things like that, and I was absolutely shattered. In fact, so much so that I could hardly walk yesterday morning, plus the fact have had a bit of an ingrowing toenail, which I had a really hot bath yesterday and soaked my feet and had a really good soak, and I got my clippers out and went a little bit too far with cutting it, and it's quite sore. It was yesterday. It's alright now, it's much better. But today I'm going to have to revise my plans slightly. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to end up today. I'm just going to get as far up the coast as I can. I know it's not a good bus service, I'm taking a big gamble here, but I do have a taxi number if all else fails, so that I can get back to Lizard. But after that, when I get back, I'm going to be driving down to Helston, where they do have good internet, and it's going to be far more central from there to get to the two places where I need to be. That's wherever I finish today, to tomorrow, to walk from there up to Hellsby, which again is a bit isolated. My good friend Steve Johnson did actually warn me that Lizard could be a bit of a logistical nightmare, and he was absolutely right, but we'll just see where we go from there. So everything's going very well, and I've got quite a nice day in front of me. The sun hasn't quite come up yet, but it shouldn't be long. So, here we go. These people's shoulder, you can see the lighthouse in the background, and this is Sue, and this is Chris, and just out for a walk this morning.
Hi Jim.
Hi Jim, hi everyone, doing a fantastic job, well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously walkers yourself. You're on the coastal path now. Do you do any serious walking yourself, or is it just a dog walking
It's
exercise?
dog walking now.
Right.
Yeah.
You was
Yeah.
telling me that you've recently moved into this area about 18 months ago.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
we love it down here.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I help out at the R&LI just down the
Oh, really?
path down here, which you'll see on your way
Yes.
down. So,
I passed the old lighthouse station maybe about a mile or
Yes,
so back.
Yeah,
you know.
that was
Yeah.
decommissioned in 1961. The
Yes.
station that you'll see down there was rebuilt in 2010, 2011.
Yes.
Quite state of the art. You'll be impressed.
Oh, I'll have a
by
look at that. I'm looking forward to coming to a cafe or something as well. I'm an avid tea drinker. I must have
Okay.
my tea on the hour every hour if I can.
Yes,
But
So you might be able to grab one at Cadgwith.
yeah.
Cadgwith, yes. I'm heading first
Yeah.
there. I mean, that's only
Yeah.
maybe another 2-3 miles away,
Yeah.
isn't it? So it's not. Oh well, that's perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Well, we should be
and-
following you on Facebook and wish you all
Thank
the
you.
best.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you
And
very
I'm
much.
so
indeed.
pleased you've got the best weather.
Well, I mean, the forecast is right into the new
Yeah.
year is like this every day. I mean, the sun's a
Yeah.
little bit late coming up this morning. It
Yeah.
was shining very brightly yesterday.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was a
Yesterday's
gorgeous day.
sunrise was gorgeous.
You can see the track's been well used. There's
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of people being
Yeah.
out and about yesterday. I noticed when I was in Lizard there was bus loads of
Really?
walkers. Yeah, and yeah, so you know, it's the time of year. It's nothing else to do, is there?
No,
People are on holiday.
No, no. All
Nice
right.
to meet you.
Yeah, you
Right,
take
take
care.
care.
God bless.
Thank you.
And look after
Enjoy your
yourself.
walk.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Bye bye. Well, I was invited in by Sue to the Bass Point NCI, and looking around, there's all this wonderful machinery, and she's doing a watch, and it's incredible the amount of equipment you have in here. So what's it all about, Sue?
It's for safety. We're here to be the eyes and the ears,
Yeah.
watching out at sea to see that the ships are all safe. There's no one that's got no other way of signalling to say that there's a problem.
Right.
And the people along the path or on the rocks, we've got a fisherman over there that's right down on the rocks
Let's have a
fishing
look out the window, because this is
on Pig Rock, just down there.
Right.
Can you see him?
Yes, I can indeed. My camera might just pick him out. He's more or less bang in the centre
Yes.
of the screen, and so that
If a freak wave came and got him, I would phone immediately to get help.
Yes, yes.
And there's another little boat right the way over there by Butter Cove,
Yes.
as I've been watching, because he's got no AIS, so he's got no way of contacting Falmouth.
Right.
And if I keep an eye on him, but the sea's so calm today, but something can change immediately.
Yes.
And everything else, we just log all the ships in the Blue Book
Yes.
and any people that might be in danger in the Yellow Book.
Yes.
And we do weather reports on the Channel 65.
Wow.
And
So how long have you been doing this then, Sue?
3.5 years, just over.
Really?
Yes.
Really, that's fun. Oh, and I take it this is a voluntary thing,
Yes,
is it?
it's all voluntary.
Yes.
We do fundraising. We
Yes.
provide our own uniform.
Yes.
We have our
It's
Name
very,
badges.
very smart, isn't it?
and
Well.
an emergency call in case we get into danger.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a wonderful thing, and obviously you must seriously enjoy it. I mean,
Love it.
How many colleagues do you have that take the other shifts?
I think there's about 35 of us at the moment.
Really?
Yes, and
Wow.
a new person that's training up.
Yes.
And then we have excitement like this morning that I haven't told you about yet, when I saw a whole pod of porpoises going past.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
really close.
You could do it with a video camera as well, couldn't you? Really, of your
Yes.
own on a tripod.
Yes.
That would pick up all that stuff, wouldn't
Yes,
it?
probably.
But that's amazing.
Yes.
And you don't mind me saying that you live in Lizard as
I
well?
live in the Lizard and I
Ah.
love it there.
Yes, it's a fabulous place,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
I mean,
I
told you-
love the seas, so it's
Yeah.
ideal for me to be surrounded by the sea.
I was very fortunate that on one of the films a lady wrote to me saying if you want some accommodation in Lizard you can use our holiday home. I'm afraid she's got to remain anonymous and a husband, but they're absolutely fabulous people.
Lovely.
And I've made 2 really good friends there, and they're absolutely lovely in every single way. You
Good.
know. And I'm going to be moving on probably in the next day or 2 because I want to try and make Plymouth while we've got this good weather forecast.
Very good.
And,
Gosh, that's a long way.
I know. Well, it's maybe about 100 miles, I guess. Well,
Is that all?
there's
Right.
about a 10-day weather forecast, saying that it's going to be like more or less like this, no
Good.
rain, no wind,
Good.
and sort of 10, 11 degrees.
Yes.
So because, I mean, I did really well getting to Land's End by the end of November, but it's been a bit slow since then because
Yes.
of, you know what the weather's been like.
Yes.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see a thing out of here, I guess, on some of those days.
Monday I was here and I saw the sea occasionally.
Yes, exactly. It was a real squall, wasn't
Yes.
it? Oh, I don't know what.
It was just heavy mist, really
Yes.
thick fog.
Yes.
And
No.
I just could see the sea down there, and then it would lift a few yards further and then it would close in again.
Yes.
Never saw a single ship.
Yes, that's amazing.
But we were here in case
in case
we were
yeah,
needed or
yeah.
something happened.
Well, that's incredible.
So we're open in the winter from 8 in the morning all the way here from 7:30ish.
Right.
But we're officially open from 8 until 4 in the afternoon.
Right.
In the spring and the autumn, and that's 2 watches, 4-hour watches. In the spring and the autumn, it's 2 5-hour watches.
Right.
8 till 1, 1 till 6.
Yes.
And in the summer, it's 3 4-hour watches. 8
Right.
till 12, 12 till 4, 4 till 8.
I bet there's a really nice little social life attached to it all. You'll have a Christmas dinner together.
There's
and all
4
this kind
times a year that we get together.
Yes, I
so
bet it's
2
great,
are
isn't it?
socials and 2 are meetings.
Yes. Yes. I bet
So-
it's, so you know that's fabulous. I bet it's
Yes.
the best thing you ever did. Really, you getting involved.
I love doing it. Yes.
Yes. Oh well, that's
Yes.
wonderful.
Thank
And you've got to keep you've got to keep lookout all
You've
the time. You
got to
can't take
watch.
your eye off
No,
things, can you?
You've
Really?
got to watch and log.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you very much indeed, Sue.
No, you're
That's
welcome.
wonderful. And Sue has also kindly offered to give me a bit of help with transport later if I need it. I mean,
Yes.
I hope I don't, but she's given me her number so that if I need a lift back from wherever I get to, that would be a massive help to me, and I really appreciate that.
No problem at all.
And I don't know, is there a worry about driving in the dark or anything?
No.
I know you go, well, that's okay. I find it a little bit unnerving at times. I mean, it's a camper van,
Yes.
but it's a bit wider than normal cars,
Yes.
and some of them come really fast towards you, and
Yes. Yes.
you do have to drive very close to the edge. Plus the fact it's a left-hand drive, which
Oh,
makes
is
it
it?
makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yes.
To gauge where you are in the
Yeah.
centre of the road.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it does the job.
Very good.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to be invited in, and thank you very much indeed, Sue.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank
and all the
you,
best for your trip.
thank you very much.
What a wonderful act of kindness, Sue. Thank you very much. Not only that, but also an invitation to meet her husband and enjoy a Christmas dinner use-up tonight, and a few beers. What a wonderful invitation. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I left the Bass Point lookout station not so long ago, and I saw a lady walking past, Fiona, who's got dogs with her, and she's just on the coastal path having a walk. Do you live locally then, Fiona? Are you far away?
No, we've got a place in the Church Cove, so
right.
we come and stay when we can. So
Yeah.
I let it out in the summer months.
You've picked a lovely part of the world to come
Yes,
and...
it was beautiful. How does it compare to the 2,000 miles that you've already walked?
Well, certainly from a walking point of view, I'd say it's as rugged as anything I've come across. I mentioned this a few times, the Pembrokeshire coastal path is really beautiful.
Yes, I've heard that.
It's a different kind of thing though. There's some really nice beaches. It features quite a lot of kind of, not, I wouldn't say seaside resorts, but beaches and people out at play, whereas this is more or less just rock.
Yes, very rugged.
And very rugged, and certainly from the point of view of walking as well. I mean, there were some very tough points, but this is, I would say, tougher.
That's interesting.
Especially North Cornwall, walking down from Bude down to Land's End, when you get past south of St Ives, there's 2 or 3 days there that really are tough. In fact, even the guidebook labels them as being strenuous, which is interesting. So, yeah. But no, I've made good time. I'm doing okay, and I've got this nice break in the weather now, where it's supposedly going to be like this well into the new year, and I might be a bit ambitious, but I'm hoping to maybe get as far as Plymouth if I could. And so I'm sort of stepping it out at the moment, getting as many miles a day in as I can, having just had a rest, the fortnight leading up to Christmas because of the weather.
Yeah.
And so I'm raring to go.
Excellent. Fine.
But it's been very nice meeting you, Fiona.
And you. Good luck with the rest of the walk.
And you've got 2 lovely dogs there as well. They're
Thank you.
Very nice dogs, aren't they?
I enjoy it round here.
Yes, I'll say. Thank you very much indeed.
All
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank you.
And this is today's walk, right in front of me. 10 miles to Coverack. You can't see it from here, but at the end of that long piece of land is Blackhead. And from Blackhead you can see back to here. And not far beyond Blackhead is Coverack, the jewel in the crown of the east side of Lizard. What a lovely place. I waited for Sue in the Paris Hotel.
She even laughed more when I said,
The same as everyone else had to sing. One of these.
Ah, really?
He could play from that. He didn't need the music because he knew the music if he knew the song, and he just it was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Isn't this a lovely house?
I love
just,
it.
Just
I
look
just
at it.
love it.
Really wonderful house. Absolutely wonderful. So, as Christmas goes, then you've had a really good time. You've
Wonderful, really wonderful.
Yeah.
With phone calls to family and video link-ups on their computer.
Yes.
And friends staying and lots of games.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I left Sue's house just after 8 o'clock, after a wonderful Christmas lunch of the leftovers, which was very nice. And I went back to my apartment, sort of holiday home, where my anonymous couple were waiting for me, and we chatted and we had a couple of beers, and that was fantastic. And the whole moral of the little story I've told you about Christmas 2018 is you don't come across people like that every day. Certainly when you walk in the coast path of Great Britain, you get the opportunity, but in normal everyday life, very rare do you get that kind of opportunity. So if you're watching, my little anonymous couple, and also Sue, thank you very much indeed for making Christmas 2018 fantastic for me. Thank you. I mean, 2020 is a different thing, isn't it? I've been in lockdown here in Manchester, where I live now, for 2 months. I've hardly been out of the house apart from to just go and do some shopping. I go for my walk, and it's quite a nice area where I live. The van's parked on the car park. It's safe, which is good, and I don't use it very often. And I don't think I will be using it in terms of walking, because I really don't think that anything is going to happen between now and at least the summer. We're all waiting for the jab and to get free of this coronavirus, and it's had a massive impact, and I'm not complaining at all, because I'm still alive. I'm 72, I've got good health. There's thousands and millions of people all over the world who have suffered dreadfully, financially, loneliness, suicide, businesses going bust, jobs lost, student problems, everything, education, kids at school. It's a nightmare. You get tired of hearing the bad news, really. And okay, so the government are doing the best. It's not easy, we all know this, but the television drives you mad. I don't watch television, actually. It's just, even on my laptop, it's just everybody is an expert, and you just get tired. You just can't get away from it, which is why I'm editing again, and I'm going to edit everything I've ever done again, because I've got plenty of time to do it better this time. I've still got all the original footage. Just to let you know that the Jim and Trish films I'm going to be putting on every day now over Christmas to give you something else to look at. I've got the Jim's Coast Path People, which is the interviews that are going well. I've got 880 interviews, all of around about an average of 2 minutes, so you're welcome to see all of those. It's things that you haven't seen. I've got interviews on Jim's towpath walk from Leeds to Liverpool, which was 127 miles, which I did during the lockdown. It's ironic that in 2018, when I started in April and walked all the way through 2019 winter into the summer again and up to John O'Groats, and I did 4,300 miles in that period of time in 2018 and 19, and yet this year 2020, I've done 127 miles, and that was from Leeds to Liverpool, all because of the COVID situation. But I'm lucky. I had to move out of my van. It was cold and damp, and I would never have made it, and it was dangerous to be out there at this time. And so I'm glad that I'm indoors, but God, it's boring. Things to do, hour after hour of loneliness, if I'm to be honest, which is why I'm keen to have you people interested in watching what I'm doing, and my little community that I've kind of got together now. I've got some great friends. I'm on the phone with people quite often. I'm writing to people a lot of the time, so I am in touch with the outside world. But the way I feel at the moment is I'm so frustrated with this lifestyle. Just hour after hour after hour. It's a very quiet building here. You don't hear much. You hear. I've got a yappy dog that lives downstairs, which I hear, but I don't see people at all. I'm just on my own. I don't like it at all, but I just have to put up with it and hope that Trish and I might get back together one day. I hope we do. We can carry on. But there's a long waiting game attached to that. But I want to thank all you people for your support and encouragement. I'm sorry that you're seeing me like this instead of walking along and being happy and smiling and talking to people. It's very difficult, but at least I'm here, and I'm trying to put as much on there to help you with your problems for you to watch as well. And I get some great compliments. I can't thank you enough, and you're my friends, and stay in touch. Thank you. Bye now.